Neal, good to see you again. Obviously, frustrating result last time out. Things didn't go your way. I guess. What did you take from that fight? I mean, do you feel? Are there still lessons to learn at this point in your career?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the biggest lesson I feel like I had to learn over and over and over is just getting complacent. Like, as much as I wanted to, like, just say, like, oh, it was a bad night, it was a rough night, my coach kind of forced me to go back and watch that fight. He actually picked up some patterns and techniques that I was, like, kind of letting slide in training and that kind of thing, and he pointed them out to me. So I've been really, like, alert and attentive to like what I'm doing in training. That way it doesn't lead to like bad habits in a fight. So as frustrating as it was to experience that, it was definitely a lesson learned. I mean, it could have been a lot worse than what it was.
That's interesting. Is that a hard lesson for you to accept? I mean, I think, as a veteran like yourself in this game, I mean, do you feel like, come on, coach, I know what I'm doing in there?
Yeah, I mean, and it's easy to come by. I mean, it's easy to get complacent the more you do it. I mean, I can remember being 28 years old, getting ready to fight Dave Mai, who was 30 at the time. And at the time, I'm riding a 7-fight win streak. I'm like, oh, I'm going to fight this old man? I got this. I got it in the bag. And I go out there, and he schools me pretty well. So I'm like, this is the kind of recurring thing. Like, I'll put some fights together, then I'll get, like, complacent and stuck in my ways and tend not to, like, look to coaches for advice. Like, hey, coach, sit back. I got this one. But I have coaches for a reason. I need to be able to trust them and rely on them and understand that they have my best interest in mind at all times.
Yeah, it sounds like you're not trying to make any excuses whatsoever and owning up to it. But did Abu Dhabi have anything to do with it? I mean, that was kind of a weird environment to deal with, right?
I don't think so. I mean, at this point, I've literally fought all over the world. I mean, Europe, Asia, Middle East now. Like, it's literally been all over the place. So I don't necessarily think the travel had anything to do with it, but I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, either way, you're back. The matchup with Geoff, a matchup that was put together before, is it a matchup that you wanted to see come back together, or does that even matter to you?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's more about, like, me redeeming myself and doing the things that I know I'm capable of doing. It just so happened that Geoff is the guy to get to go out there and fight next. I have a lot of respect for him as a competitor. He's done a lot of good things in the sport so far. Up until the fight with Stevie Thompson, he was undefeated, so in the UFC at least. So to be able to go out there and test myself against an up-and-comer like that, I'm kind of excited about it. I mean, like, as dominant as my last couple of wins have been, everyone likes to put an asterisk on, like, oh yeah, Neal dominated Robbie Lawler, but Robbie Lawler's on the backside of his career. So it's like you know what, like, give me these up and coming guys that, like, you guys want to see in the top 10, top 5, and let me face them in their prime. So there's no asterisk, there's no second guessing, there's no maybe he beat this guy because he was past his prime, anything like that. It's like, I can hang the best in the world, so that's what I'm going out there to do.
Nice. When you break these kind of newcomers down, I mean, is there stuff that excites you or concerns you about their styles? I mean, at this point, are you like, dude, I've seen, like, you're literally not going to throw anything at me I haven't seen before?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they definitely won't throw anything new that you haven't seen before, but, like, the speed and explosion is definitely something that comes with the youth. So that's definitely something I have to take consideration, and I had to think of all through training camp. So I can't just, like, all right, go out there and rely on cardio, because he's a high-pace fighter, and he has that explosive power as well. So during my training, I had to take that into account and had to train for that as well. So as much as I'd like to, like, just go and run my 3 miles here and there and do all this cardio training, I had to really step it up and work on power and explosive energy as well.
Very nice. Last thing for me, I mean, obviously you want to pick up a win here. I mean, is there any type of special accomplishment or statement that you're trying to make here? I mean, you've proven everything in your career, but I just wonder if there's any kind of added emphasis behind things.
100%. It's go out there and put on an exciting fight. I mean, this is an amazing fight card for me to go out there and do just that. So I feel like the stage is set for me to go out there and shine and really kind of take steps away from my peers as far as the welterweight division goes. So I feel like it's a good opportunity to go out there and do that.
But you said you fought everywhere, all around the world, but not everywhere has race cars going around your hotel.
Yeah.
You said you want to start fighting up-and-comers and prove that you can beat these guys as they've got the hype behind them. Usually we hear fighters say that it's best to stay away from comments and social media. So why are you taking motivation from those naysayers and trying to change that sort of...
Well, it's just... I mean, in life, I said I didn't think of those things myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Robbie Lawler, for example, is a guy I trained since I was 19 years old. So being able to fight Robbie Lawler at 32, I could definitely feel like, all right, you know what? Maybe the guy's a little different. But to go out there and prove myself, right, is what I want to do. I want to go out there and fight the best guys in their best state. I want to be able to beat them in their prime and that kind of thing. And that allows me to feel better about my accomplishments and my wins as well.
So anyone in particular you're thinking of when you say that?
There's one guy, but I'll keep his name out of the mic. He's all over the place already. So yeah, that newcomer will get his when the day comes.
I thought that might be the case.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you guys.